there is a raid loot change that we have to talk about.
Yes, there is.
And that is the BoE items. And this is an interesting one because initially my thought was, oh, boo, they're changing a thing to cater to the mythic raiders, and this is not as good for the average Joe. And makes the economy less dynamic. And that's kind of all what was going through my head. But I kind of read some of Dakor's thoughts and, sat down, had a bit of a think about it myself. And I think, okay, no, I can see there are cons here, but there definitely are pros as well. And perhaps, in a world where WoW token didn't exist, I'd have different opinions here, in regards to the whole pay-to-win thing. Because, these BOEs, lots of them existing, but, gold is gold. There is not a way to sort of use your IRL wallet to get gold. I mean, an official way. The whole point is you can and should be banned for purchasing gold illegally. Or,
against terms of service.
Against
You're not going to jail.
Yeah, just the FBI busts in. It's like, hey, did you buy 5,000 G in Faralina? Gone. Yeah. So basically the situation here is the Sanctum of Domination will only drop 2 BOEs per armor type, and also they will not cover things like cloaks or jewelry, and the drop chance is going to be notably lower as well. And as we've called out, this could be a good point or a bad point, because yes, you cannot get as far with just gold. Yes, it is changing up how perhaps things are earned via raiding. So, a lot of the top-end people, as Dakor points out here, the top-end people are going to be happy enough not having to buy a ludicrous quantity of BOEs across their multiple different raiding characters. And, it's something I'd love to do a bit of a documentary on at some stage. Who knows? Maybe I could poke Sko, or maybe Dakor could poke Sko, because I think Dakor's a bit more in the mythic raiding community than I am. But poking some of these mythic raiders and actually diving really deep into the gold economy of the world first race and aspects of really bleeding edge mythic raiding. Because I think the first time I really learned about that, I forget. I think it was Method talking about their banking tune. It may have been around, or not banking tune, like their whole banking process. It may have been around Ashar's Eternal Palace.
Yeah, I remember the big conversation was 8.2.
And it was just this window into this world of Warcraft that I had never played before. This aspect of the game, this slice of the game, even though I was a big goblin. Big goblin back in the day. I loved goblining, and I was watching Thagorus and his farming streams and Twitch. Also watching Elvine, and that unfortunately turned out Elvine was a nonce. Got sting operationed by the American police, so that certainly makes that whole thing a little bit uncomfortable. But yeah, I was big about gold making thing. So I'd love to just get deeper into that, because I thought it was absolutely fascinating and the sort of thing that most WoW players have no idea goes on. And it would be great if somebody who is seen by the community as a big casual and not a hardcore raider, maybe that would actually make us pretty decent people to explain it to that broad audience that don't have the full context of mythic raiding. So maybe that's a special project we could do. I'd love to do little documentaries on things like that over time. And, as the team gets bigger and we can sort of put time into bigger projects like that, I think that'd be a really exciting thing to do. But anyway, to this point, only 2 BUEs are dropping, no jewelry, lower drop rate as well, so the big mythic raiders will really not have as much of a BOE finding game. However, if demand is still super high for BOEs because people want to buy some gear, and there are less BOEs dropping because the drop rate is decreased, could they actually be more expensive even though there's lower slot coverage? Well, we'll have to work out, because it's that thing. It depends, if there's lower slot coverage, but way lower drop rates, and we could see higher prices. Yeah. It's that thing. In the past, if WoW token didn't exist, I'd be quite, like, oh, come on, this is a part of the economy. This is a good part of a virtual world. I like it. But because WoW token exists, and it does add in a little bit of you can literally pay if BOEs get too out of hand. Yeah, I was going to say you're oligarch. I think it's more than just oligarchs who use WoW tokens. But your person with a fat IRL wallet could just walk in there, buy 4 bits of mythic gear for their character, and that is literally buying power with your wallet.
Yeah, that's the exact problem that was always going to exist with the fact that you can trade gold to other players. without a significant effort. Sorry, not to say without a significant effort, because they clearly have put effort in, but without enough of a solution to solve real money trading.
Yeah.
Because I don't think any game has solved that outside of turning the trading button off. But especially making it so they profit from it with the WoW token. If BOEs exist, that's just going to be the case.
Apparently, is Asmongold watching us live? Or
Is
is he
that
watching
our
one
video?
of our videos? Oh, I wonder which one he's watching. The answer is...
I was watching us. Then.
I'm
Hello.
watching an unskippable 30-minute advert.
Nice
30-second advert.
You should have Twitch Prime. Oh wait, that doesn't actually skip ads anymore. You need to be subbed to an individual channel to skip ads.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it is.
That's like if you had YouTube Premium, but it didn't skip.
Well, yeah, it's
That's like if you had YouTube. I mean, it's totally different, but it's a similar structure of like if you're a YouTube Premium subscriber, but you then still had to member to a channel to not get ads on that channel. Imagine how scummy that would be. Now, of course, that's completely apples to oranges because of how YouTube actually works in terms of how the viewer experience is. But that's really funny. What's he watching?
He's watching the
Elden Ring is more than big Dark Souls.
He's watching Don't Stream the FF14 clip. Apparently, he did watch that,
Oh, interesting.
which was the one, the please don't ruin the game for yourself. Which
I mean, honestly, a part of that, like whenever I was doing that in my head, I was kind of just thinking to myself, like, it was less out of, oh, you'll do bad things to FF, and it was far more out of, it's not going to be a fun experience for you, and you got to be happy and live life for you, my dude.
Yeah.
But anyway, if we go back to this, I mean, that's basically the raid BOE topic covered, isn't it?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
well, I mean, demand go wee, supply go wee, cost go wee.
Oh, there's Twitch Turbo. Is it different from
Is
Twitch
there?
Prime?
I don't know. Twitch is too confusing for me. All I know is I go on, I click a stream, get an ad, and go, oh, they're fucking playing an ad. Click another stream, ad. I'm like, oh wait, no, they weren't playing an ad. And then go back to the original stream and hit by another 30-second ad, and then just go to the one channel I'm sub to, which is Gigabits, and go, sweet, I'll just watch them instead.
Well, it's just that I don't want people to bully Asmon, but I can't see him avoid. Like, yeah, I just don't want people. I don't want people to give him shit. It's honestly for me, it's just like he's a really nice guy, and sometimes I see we all have our struggles. I certainly have my struggles. It's just because there's not a camera in my face every day, people don't see him. So because I have those struggles, I feel like I've got empathy with. Some of how it goes for his situation. So, TLDR, I wish him, the best and, health and happiness and all that. So that's the raid BoE change.
It is indeed.